I did it again. I'm not quite sure how I did it, but I just waved my hands and the video magically started without me touching my phone. So I'll take it. Let's see. What day is it? It's Monday. Happy Monday. It's been a long day. Got a lot done. Had a great visit with my daughter and granddaughter. But now we need to back up. Back up to Friday. I want to show you a few things I finished. And I was rather naughty today. I went off my yarn diet. I want to show you that. So let's see. The first thing I finished was back on Friday. I discovered a new pattern. I think I might have told you about this already, but there was a pattern for a free hedgehog. So it's on Ravelry and it's also on Instagram, yarn_n_noble. Like instead of Barnes and Nobles, it's yarns. Is it yarn and noble or yarns and? I'll link it. Ichabod, just open the door. I have the window open to get a nice breeze through and it popped the door open. Okay, where was I? So I used some fancy little yarn that I had and I made a hedgehog on Friday. And then I used some more. This is the Dollar Tree Just Plush, I think, that I made another one on Saturday. Pinky, where are you? And then yesterday, I made another one. So I got a picture of everybody together and I updated my hedgehog listing. I'm feeling like I'm ahead of the game here. And then I finished the elephant. This is a free pattern, Elsie the Elephant, from Desert Blossom Crafts. She is having that May amigurumi challenge that if you make 2 items from her patterns and send her a picture, then you're entered in a drawing for prizes. And I had made her giraffe a few weeks ago, and then I finished up the elephant. Now, this does not look just like the pattern. The pattern had the trunk going under towards the neck. I have had customers at my craft shows say, oh, the elephant's trunk must be pointing up. That is a sign of good luck. So to keep the customers happy, her pattern for the trunk started with slip stitch 4 at the beginning of rows on a number of the rows. So instead of having it at the beginning of the row, I put it at the center of the row, and that switched the curve from the front to the back and made the trunk go the other way. So I did document it in my Ravelry entry for this project if you need to see it in writing. So as my granddaughter would say, blurb. Okay. And then this morning, I was having a good old time watching YouTube videos. I had a very nice visit with KS Mom Crochets, Julie. She put up her crochet podcast. So I was sitting there working away this morning, watching her. It's like having a friend by my side as I was working. And, okay, this may be a little tricky here. I don't want to drop this. I finished my anemone hat that I was working on. This is, I call her Annie B, short for Anne Boleyn. Sorry, bad humor. But I finished that this morning. So now I'm down to 1 work in progress. My corgi, I've got the muzzle done and 10 rows of the body. I'm on the long stretch of the body where it's just, work even for 15 rows. So I'm making progress on that. There's no reason why I shouldn't finish that, by the end of May, and I will have aced all of my May projects. So I'm starting to formulate June. But this morning I went out shopping. Had to get some groceries because my daughter and granddaughter were coming out for dinner today. And I'm thinking, this shirt is so appropriate today. This was my granddaughter's favorite shirt like a year ago when she was only a year and a half and she just loved kitty cats. She'd call them TT. And you know, when Grammy would come over with the kitty cat on her shirt, that would just make her day. But it says, I crochet, but my favorite hobby is collecting yarn. Well, when I went grocery shopping today, I went by a thrift store. Le bag. My first car out of college was a le car, so I got a le bag. That was 40 years ago. This bag is 40 years old. Whoa, it's held up well. I must not use it very often. Okay, my reason for going into the thrift store was to see if they had some sort of little booster seat that we could put on one of the dining room chairs for when grandkids come to visit. We don't have a high chair anymore. We used to have this stepping stool that was a fold out, and it had like a lower step and then a higher step that the kids could sit on. But that was old too. That had to go. So went in there to see if I could find a booster. Nope. But the color of the day was yellow. I'm not going to say that I totally cleaned out their yellow tagged yarn. I left one package. It was a weird shade of one color and a fuzzy, shaggy white yarn that's like, no, I don't need the novelty stuff. I just need plain yarn for making amigurumi. So this one has got about 4 partial skeins, brown, white, green. Looks like there's a little bit of yellow in there. It was only 99 cents. This one has 4 balls. One of them is a great big ball of a gray boucle. And I was thinking, oh, dinosaur or dragon. Ooh, that's going to be cool. What's the price on that? The price on that was $5.99, but it came down to $3 with the half off. When I finished the hat this morning, I wound up the yarn. So I have these 2 cakes of boucle in that, I'm calling it deep sea because it's greens and blue. It's dark colors. I'm thinking that's going to make a really good dragon or gecko. So I could play with that soon. This one was only 99 cents after the coupon. There's red, yellow, orange, pink, and red. I think some of these might be cotton. This one was $3.29, so that would be $1.85 after the discount. I think that big one might be homespun, which I know a lot of people don't like homespun, but my anemone hats work up well in homespun. And there's a thing of cotton, and then there's sort of a orange variegated sort of fuzzy yarn. Not quite sure what that is. Let's see. Yeah, I told you that one was $1.85 or something like that. Then just 2 little balls of red. This I probably should have left this one because it was $1.50 for the 2 of those. This one should have been priced at $1.99 to go down to 99 cents. But I was having fun. Okay. This one was $3.99, so it came down to $2. There's a lot of baby yarn in there. There's a yellow that's sort of a boucle. That, when I work that double, that makes some nice butter lambs. So I was very excited to see that. And then there's just some yellow baby yarn and a green that looks sort of green-yellow mix. Looks sort of like the old Jamie babies. So, let's see. That was $3.99, so that came down to $2. This one, it's another one of those $3.29. What did I say that came to? $1.85. So it's just I think this one is 100% cotton. It's a navy blue, and then there's a little brown. I think that's an acrylic blend. I really should open all these up, but I didn't bring my readers back. I can tell this one is just cotton. And then there's another one of those Annie's. I think that was a acrylic blend. And then there's another one of the same type of yarn, but it's a lighter shade of brown. Ooh, those browns. Teddy bears, little dogs. Oh, my bag is empty now. So all that yarn, that whole bag full of yarn, $14.64. So I'll have to be working on getting that used up in June. Maybe that will be one of my goals for this summer. I don't know if I can finish it all off in 1 month because I do have so many different projects going on, and I don't know if I would specifically be using that stuff. But by the end of the summer, I would like to have that all either entered into my Ravelry and put away or used up. Hopefully used up. One other thing. Okay, my third granddaughter, the one who's local here to Western New York, she has a forest-themed room. So her wallpaper has hedgehogs, foxes, bunnies. So when my middle daughter found out that there were hedgehogs in the decor of the room, she's like, oh, somebody gave my girls this big hedgehog. Do you want it? So she got a big, it's probably 18 inches tall hedgehog, Mr. Hoggy. And then, there's a little hedgehog to match, and there's a bunch of little hedgehogs. So today, when I was shopping at this thrift store, after I went through the furniture section looking for the booster seat, I went through the kids section just in case it was over there. And it wasn't. But I see something on the shelf, and I'm like, it's a hedgehog. And I went over and picked it up, and I tried to get a selfie with it. But this thing was so massive, my arm was not long enough to get both me and the hedgehog into the picture. So I put him in the shopping cart, put him in the seat of the shopping cart, snapped a picture of him, and sent it to my daughter. And then fret about it for a few minutes, and then I said, don't worry, I didn't buy it. And then I sent it to all three girls and said, anybody want a hedgehog? And then once again I said, just kidding, I did not buy this. It was just a photo op, don't worry about it. But it had to be the biggest hedgehog doll I've ever seen. So it's Monday. It's almost time for Wheel of Fortune. So I'm going to go cuddle up in my chair, the one that starred in my video that I just did a little while ago, and work on my corgi. I Googled it, how to pronounce that dog name. And it's like, okay, it's like the G in get. So before I say it, I'm like, get, corgi. Okay. So eventually it will become second nature and I won't have to do that. But I'm not like, corgi, which is it? Corgi. I've got this. I got an Etsy sale today. Somebody bought a pattern. I was just looking at my stats yesterday saying, this is the worst May that I have had in years. Granted, when I first opened my shop, when I was just selling, like I started out just selling like hats and gloves and scarves And then it progressed as I got more into amigurumi. So the first few years of my shop, there were a lot of months where I had no sales. But for the past few years, I have been having consistent sales. So my average for May was 2.8. As of this morning, I was only at 2 sales. I was like, I can't even get up to average. This is really a crummy month here. But when we were sitting around after dinner enjoying the antics of the grandchild, I picked up my phone and checked, and it's like, something from Etsy. So I didn't hear the cha-ching, but I did sell a pattern today. So, woohoo, woohoo, I'm over average. You gotta find joy in the little things, huh? So I'm going to go find joy in working on my projects in my chair. My little granddaughter who was here today, she takes joy in sprinkles. So I made a pan of brownies, gluten-free brownies. And as she goes to have her brownie, she's like, Grammy, I like gluten. And I'm like, well, I hope you like this brownie, because this brownie is gluten-free. It doesn't have any gluten in it. But I made the brownie pan, made up the brownies, and I put some pecans on the top. And then in this one little corner of the pan of brownies, I took sprinkles and just covered like a 1-inch square of brownie with sprinkles. You should have seen her face light up when she got her brownie treat. Finding joy in the little things. So, bye-bye. I hope that this video did bring you just a little bit of joy. So, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.